Hello, bonjour, Alberta. Did you know that at least 238,000 people speak français in Alberta? And those numbers just keep on growing? Oui, oui, c'est vrai, it's true. And thanks to Shaw TV Community Access Programming, we get to reach out to everyone to let you know all about special people, places, events, and activities happening right here in this great province, in both English and en français. That's right, mes amis. We begin the first part of our program in English, and then we repeat it en français. So stay with us. Restez à l'écoute.
Hello, bonjour Alberta. I'm Anne Boiteau.
And I'm Marc Lalonde.
And just to let you know, we have here the only bilingual television talk show in Canada, produced since 2012 in Calgary by Shaw Access Community TV.
And did you also know that there's an organization in Calgary called the Canaf that tasks itself with welcoming and supporting new arrivals to Calgary that are French-speaking?
Yes, and we're very happy to introduce to everyone Esdras Ngenzi,
Yes.
Ngenzi.
from who is the director of the Canaf.
Yes.
Welcome, Esdras.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
And Esdras, we usually start our show by asking our guests to tell us a little bit about themselves, where
Yes.
they're from,
Yeah.
what brought them to Calgary, and what brought you to the organization.
Okay, I will try to be brief, but
I expect this is going to be a good story.
yeah, yes, and yeah. Originally, when I come from originally, I don't know where, because last time I was in Ontario, before I was in France, but I was born in Rwanda.
Rwanda.
Yeah, and Rwanda is one small country in Central Africa. Maybe that was heard in the 90s by some bad events, because there was a genocide going on there, and maybe it's why I came to Canada too. But before to come to Canada, I was in France for studies, because I did geography, and I was a teacher. I was actually assistant at University of Rwanda as teaching geography, and I had to do studies to finish a PhD if I want to keep going and become a full professor at university level. That's how I went to France. And from, oh, God.
Where in France did you go? to
Strasbourg. See the northeast side of France,
Yeah.
what we call l'Alsace.
Alsace.
That's the best part of France. I still believe it. It was my first city, close to Germany, and
Yeah.
you are
Yes.
on the Rhine river side.
So you did PhD studies there?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
That means we have to call him doctor from here on in.
Yeah, sometime. But I am not using it really. It doesn't matter if you call me. Esdras will be enough, good
Okay.
enough. Yeah. Now from France, because of what happened in my country, I came here as a refugee, and my first city in Canada was what we call St. Catharines. It's
In
Niagara
Ontario?
region, Ontario, Niagara region. Another good area, nice
Another
area.
wine region.
Yeah, one region close to the falls, and yeah, it's a nice, and not far from Toronto, and not far from New York City, or you can drive to Montreal and come back, or New York City. Now, for 6 years, I was in that area of Niagara region. After I went to Windsor, Ontario, close to Detroit, for 8 good years there. That's working for a college. It was a community college, a French francophone community college.
In Detroit.
In Windsor.
Oh, in Windsor.
Windsor.
Okay.
It's like a sister city of
Yeah, yeah,
Detroit,
yeah.
because
It's a
just the
bridge.
Detroit River that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now 2012, I was done with the college, and I was looking for new place and
Challenges?
new challenges. And I visited in 2009 Alberta, and I was been in Edmonton, in Calgary, in Banff, and I like the mountains. Actually, where I come from, it's a mountain hilly area.
Okay.
Now, when I am in the mountain, I feel good. I feel like but I enjoy it.
It's like coming home.
Yeah, and now also I have kids. I have 4 children, by the way. Some are grown up, and they were at university at that time. And we think maybe if we come as a family in Calgary, we will be able to stay together. But it doesn't even happen because now they are in Edmonton and now they are here. But still I'm around. And now 2012, now 2013, April, I saw this position at the ACFA, the Francophone Association, and looking for the executive director. I didn't want that kind of job. I thought I would have a job and for 8 to 4, which is not the right job.
It's not a directorship.
No.
Yeah. But then I was in ACFA, and I joined again the Francophonie in Calgary, in Alberta, from 2013. That's actually 4 years in April, very soon.
Did you find that surprising when you came to Calgary that there were so many Francophone associations here?
Oh yeah, it was surprising. But coming from Ontario, I was not. It was not that new. I knew this Francophone community in as in minority situation. I had that, but I didn't know that in Calgary, the western of Canada, that you have this Francophone people. But as when you work in the Francophone community, services are most of the time funded by the federal government. And now it's across Canada. Then you can have an idea of what's going on in one province, another province, because of that, the kind of the funding and partnership you can have, things like that.
So the Canaf is funded by the federal government?
Yes, and yeah. Now the Canaf came into the picture this fall, actually, because they're in transition, they are changing, they have a new president, they have some restructuring process, and now what happened is we had a partnership with ACFA, and now what they did, they asked the ACFA to take care of the direction, the management of the organization. They keep the own board. They have the board stay the same, but we are 4 to run the organization as the part of the administration, also the board meeting, and also the planning, and talking to also the funding body, all those kind of things.
It's a lot of work, because it grew quite a bit. The Canaf is...
Yeah, because it started actually 8 years ago in the same incorporated entity per se, 8 years ago, and it has been serving a lot of people. Actually, I was impressed because it has been serving almost 6,000 people.
Wow.
Went through the doors of Canaf all those last years.
It's almost 1,000 a year.
Yeah, that's a lot of
yeah, it's
work.
rare. Yeah, it really it's rare. Yeah,
Yeah,
almost
so
1,000.
Tell us a little bit about the services the Canaf offers.
Yeah, the services of Canaf is like any settlement organizations. As you see, you have CCIS, you have some other for women in Calgary that have been here for 30 years. But Canaf came to give services in French, welcoming French speakers who are new in Canada, funded by Immigration, Refugees, Citizenship Canada. And now they funded to offer what they call information and orientation. That's one of a big sector of services.
Okay.
And this range of services, you have a referral, you have the assessment, needs assessment of a person, where he comes from. The person is the first time to get to Calgary, doesn't know anything about this. He's looking for school for kids. He's looking for housing, looking for job, for things like that. Now we have this
So
referral.
how do
Yeah.
you get the clients? How do they find you?
Um,
Does the government refer them to you? or-
No, I think because, as I said, it's 8 years now. Back they started, you have this advertisement promoting in the different places, in the francophone areas, francophone events. And but with time, when people, you have a critic mass of people, maybe these people are talking about Canaf to other people. Because what we know about immigrants, normally they follow the people they know.
Yes.
Right, so they arriving here, they know somebody
Yeah.
who arrived here earlier.
Yes.
They got services from Canaf,
Yes.
so there's a
They
direct
refer
referral
now
there.
to Canaf.
Okay.
And now we have, of course, we keep doing advertising in maybe the newspaper, talk to Radio Canada, CBC, Radio Canada French, and maybe in Franco, the French newspaper, talking to parents at the school, and with the French board, the French school board. But also we have so many people coming just through the doors because they know. And also we have, it's interesting because of the website, now you see people asking for information from Morocco, from Algeria, from
they
France,
arrive.
before they come,
Oh,
or from
email.
Montreal.
Oh, yeah, I
And also you have also these people coming from the east because of the boom, the economic boom this last 5 years. They were just coming. Now they are searching through the net, through the website, and now they say, okay, we have this organization. Now, most of the services are like assessing the needs of a person, see where you can refer that person, and now have this information, orientation, and now to school, to employment services, to SPEFSA, the early childhood education services in French, and also helping them where they can get like information about housing, even some food bank, because you know some people coming here, maybe they don't have yet a job.
Refugee.
Yeah,
Yeah.
also
May
it
not
can be refugees,
arrive
can
with
be
much.
anybody who doesn't have a proper
job.
job. Now can add some just to make two ends meet. Now this one thing they do, and that's one big part of it. And you have 2 counselors who are doing that, only that, and they are paid through ERCC. Now I would say we have also another funding, the provincial, our secretariat, our Secretariat Francophone.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, and this one is trying to help Canaf to take care of people who are not refugees, who are not rendered migrants. Everybody, Canadian born or wherever who need orientation.
Another part of the country or
Yeah,
wherever.
somebody
Yeah.
who comes from Montreal,
Yeah.
comes Calgary. Myself, I have this experience because I was living in Ontario for 15 years,
Exactly.
That's right. Yeah.
thinking I know Canada. But when I came to Calgary, I needed somebody who will show me around.
Yes.
And you know, Calgary is not easy to drive in this city.
No.
I know maybe you are used to it, but you have so many exits on the right, and sometimes exit on the left.
Yeah, that's
How
right.
how
That's right.
can you go?
Confusing.
Yeah, it's confusing sometimes.
So it's
Yeah.
more than just housing directions.
Yeah.
You also need
Yeah, now
yes,
to
all
get in
kinds
the
of
city,
different
all
things.
kind of things. Now, and also we can take these people having some support services, like if they need interpretation, some translation
to help them.
to help them, and they do some also what they call clinique d'impôt, clinic
Yes.
of taxes.
Esdras,
yeah.
that's all the time we have.
Oh, yeah.
We thank you so
Thank you
much
very
for
much.
coming.
Thank you.
And for all of you out there, please stay tuned. On continue en français.